how this works out, this olive press. The donkey goes here and pulls that stone around in order to crush the olives first. He will gonna put some olives and show you this. The olives will be put inside like this. Now when the donkey goes, you can hear the sound of the crushing of the olives.
Did they take the seeds out?
No, as you see, you put them with the seeds, and the seeds also will be crushed. Everything. As you see here, everything will be crushed, totally. That's why stone here is okay. Unlike the grapes. The grapes is with bare feet because they don't want to crush the seeds because they have bitter taste. This is no problem. But at this stage here, you don't get any oil. At this stage you get only crushed olives, olive mash. That olive mash that he has in his hand, look at that olive mash, okay? It's very, very oily. It has to be collected into baskets. In the basket. Look at his hand to see the oil. It's very oily. They put this in the basket around. Then those baskets has to be put under a pressure to press it. That happens in the other side here. Let us go to the other side, please, to see this. Go all the way in, please, to make room for everybody else. Come in, please. You want to go all the way in to make room for everybody? Can you go all the way in? Please, everybody. We need to make room for everybody else. Okay, you can go inside. A big round, whole circle. Okay, keep coming, please, inside. Keep coming. This side also. Can we go? Want to fit many people here? Come in. Okay. Or there. Because we have two presses. This is the press, the wooden thing. Okay? In the end, you see that there is a rope, or here or there. They left with the rope, they left the beam up. Then they put the baskets in the end. Then they put the press down again. The press then will be sitting on the basket. Okay? The weight of the press, the wooden press, will be squeezing the olives inside the basket. And all the oil would start to go into dropping drops down to the hole that exists down underneath the basket. The stones that you see here on each side, in order to lift them up to put more pressure, more weight above the basket, to squeeze the olives totally, and all the oil goes to the hole under the basket. Then they collect the oil and take it and use it. The same baskets will be pressed 3 times. The first time you don't use the press, only from the weight of the basket themselves. The oil that goes down, they collect it first. That's the best oil. This will be extra virgin. That will be taken to the temple to light the menorah. And unknown kings and prophets and priests can use for themselves. Then you press the basket second time. Now with the press, you get still good quality, which was used for food. But the third press will be dirty oil, which was used for lighting the lamps. The last thing I want to tell you here is that Jesus was praying in the last night of his life in a place called Garden of Gethsemane. And Gethsemane means an olive press. It's an Aramaic word. Gethsemane in Aramaic. Jesus was praying over there. When you read the story, you feel Jesus was under a pressure. Psychologically, a big pressure. He even started to sweat like blood. So you can imagine that he was pressed and squeezed just like olives in an olive press like this one. It just gives us an idea about how much suffering he suffered in the Garden of Gethsemane. And if you remember, he even prayed there 3 times, which means he was pressed 3 presses, just like the same baskets also, that will be pressed 3 times. Okay? Questions? Here, Hannah.
Welcome. Hello.
Hannah is our weaver. She's gonna show us how she weaves here, and her neighbor Ruth came to help us. Help her, it seems. We do here cut the wool from the sheep with the same kind of tool they had at that time, which is this, the kind of scissors. And then first thing to do with this is to wash it with lots of water. Then you can card it using this metal comb to make it nice nice and soft like this. And now you can make the colors. You can boil it, for example, with onions peels, and you get this kind of color. You add a little bit of vinegar because this will make the color stays. If you boil it with pomegranates, granite apples, okay, skins, the pomegranates will make this kind of red. What about the brown walnuts shells? Okay, walnuts. Okay, everybody now you can know this in your language. What's this?
Yeah.
Is it a walnut?
No.
The blue and the purple, these are very expensive colors that only kings and very rich people can use because those were made out of sea snails. Those kind of sea snails. They can do those seashells.
Seashells.
Then they have to do the threads, the yarn, the spindle, spin. Look at that. She hold the two wools together and roll them together, spin them. They will be attached together. Make one thread. Okay, be attached. You don't even see where she put them together, where she made the connection. She can add all the time wool, more and more wool to make a bigger and longer. And then she can weave it here on the loom. She puts the threads like this. She ties them up here, stretch them down with weights. She makes 2 layers. Then she passes a wooden tool, that wooden tool that she's holding. It's called shuttle. She passes it all between the threads. It goes above the first, underneath the second, above the third, up and down, back and forth. She connects these two together until down here. She can cut the threads and tie every two together and take it off. Then this will be the final product. Okay, you can look at the wall over there. She made several other pieces. Okay, questions? Okay, good. Thank you, Hannah. Good. We go this way outside. You can see how it will be set. The meal that we provide here is biblical meal. All the ingredients in the meal are things that they had in the first century. So we have like 2 kinds of meals, vegetarian meal or chicken meal. The meals are similar, but the chicken is the additional meal course at the end. Piece of chicken, grilled chicken. The bread, as you see, is made here, and it will be baked in front of the visitors on the fire over here, and served immediately, warm. The meal includes lentil soup, yogurt mixed with the grounded wheat, and then also salad with the vinegar sauce, and also hyssop. You know, hyssop is the plant mentioned in the Bible several times, mixed with olive oil and sesame seeds, some kind of dairy. Okay, the end will be honey made of dates. So this is the meal, and this is the place. We have 2 stories of restaurant, so we can handle here up to about 200, 250 people eating together. If you have a large group like this, also we can make a meal here before the tour or after the tour, according to the time of arrival. Okay, down. I will give you now.